Hello, everyone. I don't even know it started recording. I hope we got the hello, everyone, and not just everyone. Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about the Protege. I'm going to try and get 2 reviews out. This is the Protege, and then a mini kind of review for Paw Patrol. It's hard to say. You'll see what I mean when we get to Paw Patrol. I'll make that the ending of the video. Because the main part of this video is going to be a review for the Protege. I have not had time to watch Reminiscence. I've heard it's not that good. And I have not had time to see the Night House. I almost said the Lighthouse. Fuck. Amazing film The Lighthouse is. If you haven't seen The Lighthouse, check it out. What are you doing? It's like a 10 out of 10. Came out in 2019. You're 2 years late. Go see that shit. It's awesome. I have the Blu-ray. I might get I actually have 2. 2 Blu-rays. Shut up. One with a slip, one without. It's kind of unique. What am I doing? Okay. Don't even remember that part. Maybe if they release a 4K or a Steelbook, I will also buy those. Because that movie's great. The Night House I have not had a chance to see, nor Reminiscence. I'm hoping to see The Night House tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, I just had my second day of college. Tomorrow I have college, then I come home for like an hour and a half, and then I go to work for 4.5 hours, and then my day is basically over. But I get out of work around 6, it's about 5:45, so I say 6, and I scheduled a showing for it at AMC to go see The Night House, because I've heard it's great. I'm going to go see that at 7:20, so hopefully I can go home, eat dinner, head back out, and go see the movie, because I do want to see that one. That's one that I don't want to miss in theaters. Like, I missed The Green Knight. I had to watch that shit at home, and I really wish I could have seen it in theaters, but all the showtimes are always 2 p.m. now, and I can't make that with school or work or college. Like, any of that, it's not going to work. So, I did get to see The Protege this past Sunday. It was the last movie I saw before college started, and I said on Instagram that this is the most, and I'm just going to let you know from what my score is, because it's going to help me get into the review. I said this is the most 6 out of 10 movie I've ever 6 out of 10'd. I said that about Black Widow before. And then I did. I said that about Black Widow. It was probably the most 6 out of 10 movie Marvel has ever made. But I mean, this is the most 6 out of 10 movie I've ever 6 out of 10. I'm being serious. It's everything so much, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. It's everything that makes a film just a tiny bit above average film. Above very 50-50, okay average film. I would say that this film is alright, or like okay. Right in that area, right above the man line, like a teeny bit up. That average 6 out of 10, this film covers that flattened perfectly. So this is the new action thriller starring Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson, and Michael Keaton coming out in theaters. I'm assuming because it's Lionsgate, it'll be home in like 3 weeks. I think Meet the Blacks 2 was, and it wasn't Hitman's Bodyguard at home in like 4 weeks or something. What is this? So, you know, what I thought going in was the trailers looked like a very mediocre B-list action film. And then I saw that the director was the guy who did Casino Royale. I don't keep up with the guy's name. I have Casino Royale. I could go grab it, but I'm not going to look it up. Something Campbell, I think? Martin Campbell? Could that be the name? Watch me be wrong. It's probably 100% wrong. Martin Campbell, I think, is the name. He directed Casino Royale, the best Bond movie. 10 out of 10. That movie is fucking great. Whether you're a Bond fan or not, it's nearly a perfect movie, and if not, a great movie. And I looked through his career after I was like, oh, like, what else has he done? And I fairly good to quote Casino Royale, because his movies are either okay, like pretty good or okay, or really bad, or they're Bond. And like Casino Royale is like your grand one. So I get why you're advertising just the one that everyone knows of, an action thriller that everyone's heard of, and it is great. That makes sense to put that in the marketing. Got it. Makes sense now. I was worried going in because the trailers looked very dull. It looked like I had seen it before. It was like, oh, it's Anna. You know that movie Anna from like 2 or 3 years ago? Or it's Atomic Blonde. Or it's the female who you're like, oh, she doesn't look like she could kick ass, and then she can kick ass. And the big twist is that she's getting revenge on someone, or she's a spy and she's going on a hunt for someone, and she's gonna kick ass. But you're like, look at her and you're like, yeah, she doesn't seem like she's gonna kick ass. Just like when you first see John Wick, you're like, oh, that guy's threatening, and then you like get into John Wick, you're like, oh, fuck, this guy is nuts. And then you see these movies, and you're like, oh, they're fucking gonna kick everyone's ass. One thing I'll say about Maggie Q quickly right off the bat, I'm very mixed on most of her stuff. I either think she's pretty mediocre in something, or she's like good to fit the role. Here, good to fit the role. She did a solid job. I thought she was very charismatic, and I think that any scene that she was in with Michael Keaton really worked. I think with Sam, it was okay. It was kind of just because Samuel L. Jackson was elevating those moments. But with Michael Keaton and her, love those moments. They're great together. Michael Keaton's fucking amazing. Best part of the film. I'll get that out of the way too. What this film does right is it lays a style very quickly down. It does kind of look like a John Wick film, just some of the lighting, some of the way things are done, but the way it's shot doesn't maybe look as great or wide shot scoped or as efficient as a movie like John Wick. I would say it looked more like like an Anna, like a fairly shot like Anna, but colored and stylized, and it feels like it's more in the John Wick universe than it is like in the Anna universe based on that film. And believe it or not, the character Maggie Q plays, I believe his name Anna. So it's pretty funny. Are all of them connected? I mean, aren't they all Lionsgate? Besides, Atomic Blonde isn't, but Anna, this, and John Wick are Lionsgate. Maybe they all come together. I would love a John Wick, Anna, Maggie Q Protege film. That'd be pretty cool. The title of Protege, by the way, doesn't really fit. It's just kind of a cool action-sounding title. Doesn't necessarily fit where you're going to see. What works in this movie the most is the performances and some of the action. Not all the action. Some of the action really works. What I mean by the performances is the three leads, they're all good. Maggie Q fits her role good enough. She's charismatic enough for you to be like, I like her. Don't want to see anything bad happen to her. Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson. You fucking love Samuel L. Jackson. You get aggressively douchey Samuel L. Jackson, or you get very nice, kind-hearted Samuel L. Jackson, or you just get stern, serious Samuel L. Jackson. Those are the three Samuel L. Jacksons, and all of them same motherfucker. All of them are very quick with their dialogue. They're very loud, no matter which one you get. This one is kind-hearted, lovable Samuel L. Jackson. Even if he is a murderer, he's kind-hearted enough to be like, oh, believable. For Samuel L. Jackson to play the role, shit, perfect. He's basically playing, like, if he's not a loudmouth fucking asshole version of himself in Hitman's Bodyguard movies, he's playing that character, but if he was, like, really nice and lovable to everyone around him. At least who he liked, unless he had to kill a guy because they're fucking dickheads, or it's his target because he's an assassin who gets paid to do this shit with Maggie Q. Then maybe that's the case, but he's polite to everyone, he should be polite too. Action in this movie, solid, it's pretty well shot. There are some choreographed scenes that are better than others. Some scenes where they'll just happen, I'll just be like, that went by so quick that like I could not give a fuck. It just felt very boring. The first scene where we see Maggie Q is killing 3 people, she's like standing there, she leans back, grabs a knife, cuts someone's throat, quickly stabs him, pushes him in the pool, and then shoots another guy? Or did you know she stabs the guy in the neck? Yeah. And it goes by in like 5 seconds, you're like, cool, I get she's a badass, but like, there's something more to the fights. Eventually the movie becomes gun heavy though. The best scene with a lot of choreographed fighting, in my opinion, is a Michael Keaton scene. Michael Keaton has this scene where he gets to beat up a bunch of motherfuckers after they were just... he was just in a conversation with Maggie Q, and then she gets like all the other people to hunt him down. He starts getting attacked by all these gang people, and then eventually one of the gang people from this motorcycle gang that Maggie Q runs into, she's friends with. One of them is like evil. It's a weird combination of like different characters and where different people come from. And there's a funny escape scene with how Maggie Q gets out of a room. That was pretty funny, too. But the action, the Michael Keaton scenes are choreographed action scenes that go on long enough for you to be like, these are really fun. And it just proves that Michael Keaton, looking at him here and with enough of his performance, he could still play Batman. So Warner Brothers is doing their presentation at CinemaCon soon. I hope they report that they saw flash footage with Michael Keaton, because that would be fucking dope. Want to hear how he's doing, and I imagine he will be good as Batman. Just based on this alone, he still got it. Not just that intimidating, great performance he gives in Homecoming, but proof that he could do action choreography and have a charismatic, humorous side to him when he needs to, and look like a rich guy while being at it, so it fits with Batman in every way. Let's see what he does with it. This film's story doesn't choose one side or the other. It is either going to be always dark and sad and have a huge emotional side. Like, the opening scene alone is really dark, and the backstory for Maggie Q is very dark, and you debate if it's a character study, and it basically is like flashes to hint that there might be a character study. Then you're like, okay, well, I guess when you saw the climax of the movie, you see a giant explosion, it kind of has went off, we've got the villains out of the way, the movie's ending, the villains don't win. Spoiler alert. Ugh, are you shocked? They blow up the villain facility, they kill the main bad guy they were hunting for the whole time. And then we see her walking out with a blood wound, she gets to the place, and now she finds the place where she was tortured as a kid after her parents were murdered. And then they show you the whole flashback. Then Michael Keaton shows up, and then there's this like kind of unique stylized sequence between Michael Keaton and her that we've seen in movies done better before, but here it worked for what it was going for. That was probably the best part of the last 20 minutes. because it's just a sad backstory. And it's like, if they had chose to address this earlier or fit it more into the story, that would be good. Instead, they try and make it like metaphorical. they have a metaphorical way of explaining things. Like Michael Keaton's like, you don't have to always be known as the person from your past. We could change. You don't have to kill me. I don't have to kill you. That type of thing. And they do it in a cool, a different way than those dialogue scenes between characters usually go down. At the climax or the big emotional moment. The reason it didn't work is the movie at times is humorous, almost like it's a satire. Almost like it's a satire of these types of movies. Like, instead of her killing Michael Keaton early on, which she easily could, they fuck and they're like cool for a while, and then later back on, he's hunting her again, trying to kill her. Like, it's such a weird combo that it was like really funny. It was like really fun. I was like, I love when they're doing that. And then out of nowhere, when you try to go to the serious side and have this character study for Maggie Q, it feels jumped in. Like, the last 20 minutes feels tonally irrelevant to what the first hour and a half is. It's also predictable, simple, you've seen it. There's nothing amazing about the comedy. No shocking twist where you're like, holy fuck. It's like, when there is that twist, there is a twist somewhere an hour and a half in. I was like, alright, that's kind of cool. Like, I've seen it done before, this type of twist, and I kind of expected maybe they would go that route. We'll see what they do. It's just a lot of moments like that where I'm like, okay, like, they're trying. They're trying, but it was never great. There was nothing about the movie that I saw where I was like, fuck yeah, that was so cool of an action scene. That was such a neat twist. That's such a different, unique look on things. The only times where I felt that, but this movie's like a 5 out of 10 movie. The reason I say it's a 6 out of 10 and barely hits that limit is Michael Keaton and Maggie Q's interactions. They are funny. Their action scenes are the best together. Michael Keaton is so charismatic, but also creepy, but different. Like, there's something about him that's lovable and hateable, and they find a way to find a perfect balance for him. Michael Keaton is what makes this movie, I think, above an average film, and what they write for that character and what they give him to do. So overall, should you see The Protege in theaters? Fuck no. I don't think this is a movie you need to spend $10, $11, $12 on. Maybe if you got a matinee ticket. This could be a pretty solid watch if you're in a theater in like a week or two. Theaters are empty. It's just you bring a friend, you bring a date, you go see this movie. It couldn't be a bad $5 ticket Tuesday or matinee showing movie, because it's that level of alright. Like, it's okay. I didn't love the movie, and I mentioned it's already a 6 out of 10. I'm not even going to plug in the score. At the ending, you'll see the trailer, and then I'll show my score. But there's no need to make it flash on the screen. Early on it's a 6 out of 10. This is the most 6 out of 10 movie I've seen this year. I think it's like, if out of all the 6 out of 10s I've seen, this would rank like right in the middle of them. Like, I thought it was okay, a fun watch. If it was like $7.99 on Black Friday, like on 4K, $7.99, Protege, Black Friday, I would pick it up. $8 for a 4K of this would be a steal. That's what I got Atomic Blonde for. I've gotten American Assassin before. I almost bought Anna the year it was $8. So, I thought this one was a bit better than Anna. Anna was maybe like a 5 out of 10. But I would probably get this one enough so I could put it next to the John Wick films. Because I could see myself down the line watching it one more time. Maybe even two. Probably one more time. Yeah, probably one more time for me. But if other people wanted to see it, like, my dad thinks... I went to go see it with my dad. He loved it. He loves action movies like any of these B-lists. He'll give it like an 8 or a 9. Even if it's just an average one that you've seen. Like, he gave John Wick 1 through 3. I think he's given all those 8.5s. He gave this an 8. My dad just loves this genre enough to be very simple on. He gave Snake Eyes a good review. He did not like Snake Eyes. Spoiler alert. I'll do a giant ramble review that I've mentioned I've been going to do for weeks, and I haven't done it. Because I haven't had the time. So maybe, fuck. I might have time this weekend to record a bunch of reviews that I passed on. But, stay tuned for Snake Eyes review. So yeah, Protege, 6 out of 10 for me. If you can get a matinee screening really cheap and you do have any interest in seeing it, that's when you should see it. If not, wait till it's at home. You'll find it on a streaming service in like fucking 9 months or so. You can get the Blu-ray or 4K probably cheap on Black Friday. Or you rent it from a Redbox, you rent it off a VOD site, or you pirate it if you're one of those crazy people. Nothing amazing. I didn't see anything amazing in it. Maybe you will. It seemed just like the average B-list action thriller. And it had some okay action scenes, especially the ones with Michael Keaton. So overall, 6 out of 10. No shame in it. Alright, let me pause so I can get ready for Paw Patrol. Okay. Just had a sip of water so I could talk a little bit more. About Paw Patrol, this part's probably going to be like 3 minutes, because what is there to talk about? Paw Patrol, the movie, or is it the Paw Patrol movie? I think it's Paw Patrol, the movie, is the newest movie from Nickelodeon Studios, Spin Master, Paramount. Putting it out, you guys can go see in theaters. Surprisingly enough, a pretty successful film, making like $13 million this week. It beat Reminiscence, which Reminiscence bombed so fucking hard that is like unimaginable. And I heard the numbers from like the watches on HBO Max weren't even high. So this movie, Reminiscence, good luck. We'll see where that puts Warner Brothers. I doubt that movie will get above $6 million before it leaves theaters, because it's only going to go down from $2 million this upcoming week. It'll probably make only like $1 million. It's a shit. Let's see what they do with that movie. I didn't have any interest in it. Those marketing and trailers every week. Paw Patrol is a kids film. You know, you've heard of Paw Patrol. You know that they're on the roll. Paw Patrol. You probably heard it from your... If you have a 5-year-old, anyone between the ages of 2 to 7 who lives in your house, you've probably heard the theme song before. If you have not, then... God, I wish I were you. My nephew watched Paw Patrol a lot back then, but he got really into Blaze and the Monster Machines. If they make a Blaze and the Monster Machines movie, he will shit his pants. If it's within the next 2 years. He probably will stop caring entirely about Blaze by the time he's later 8 or 9. But if now it comes out between like him being like 7, maybe early ages of 8, he might be pretty excited. So pray they don't make that movie. I don't think they will. Paw Patrol's like the biggest of the shows that I'm aware of. Even above PJ Masks, Bubble Guppies, whatever you watch on Nickelodeon. This is like the peak of it. Overall, I think it is a tolerable watch for parents. I think they can sit there and go, yeah. My kid's liking it. My other kid's liking it. And you just watch it. Even I, when watching it on my computer, on my own, I just sat there going like, this wasn't meant for me. There are movies made for all ages. 99.9% of movies are made for generally people all ages, or at least a wide variety, a stretch. This is not made for that. Paw Patrol, you know who Paw Patrol is for. If you're getting a movie based on a Nick Jr. show, it's probably for ages 2 to 7. Now, if you're the Muppets and Sesame Street, you have a bigger variety because the ages growing up with it, that's fair. But a show like Paw Patrol, strictly, if you are the ages 2 to ages 7, right here, that's for you. You don't go a little back if you don't comprehend anything. You don't go past 7, you're not going to give a fuck about Paw Patrol, I would imagine. Unless you're a little delayed, that's okay. Maybe you are. And I can totally understand if you have a child who's like 12 still watching Paw Patrol. Yeah, might have some mental issues. That's the thing. That's okay. But like the audience, this is that puts this movie in a predicament is that it's strictly for children between the ages of 2 to 7. This is not made for me. Toy Story is for ages 1 to fucking 90,000 years old. WALL-E is for movies all the way through the ages. Lego Movie is for people through all the ages. All the Avengers movies are people from like ages like 6 to like 80. Like that's what, there's a wide variety there. There's not a wide variety here. 2 to 7-year-olds are going to see the ads on Nickelodeon, on YouTube, anywhere they can watch it when they're young, and they're going to go, I want to see that in theaters, Mom. I want to go see Paw Patrol the movie. I can't wait to see Paw Patrol. I love Paw Patrol. Even if they're Canadian. Ryan Reynolds. It's crazy. I guess that means Free Guy Ryan Reynolds. Canadian. Paw Patrol, Canadian. Canadians won this week. Paw Patrol overall, just based on its budget, will be more successful than a movie like Suicide Squad was in theaters. And the Suicide Squad fucking was amazing. You should have seen it in theaters. Even though I know it got a lot of HBO Max numbers. I've heard the reports now. So that evens it out. So I guess it's still... With the amount of views it got on HBO Max, we'll be fine. Paw Patrol, though, is also on Paramount Plus, might I add. I signed up for Paramount Plus 1 year. It was $50 because they did that early. It's $100, I think, for a year, but we got it for $50 because we did this like early coupon code thing if you pre-ordered it. And I was like, $50 for a fucking year? Like, how much is that a month? That's not even $5 a month. And there's going to be so much coming, like Paranormal Activity 7, Workaholic shit, Reno 911 shit. There's going to be a ton that I'm excited for. So, glad I got Paramount Plus. Regardless to Paw Patrol. I didn't even know it was going to be on it. I was actually planning on going to see it in theaters, and then I saw, like, on my phone, like, Paramount Plus has it? Shit, I'll watch it at home. I don't gotta go with a bunch of kids going, like, he likes bones because he's a dog. Oh, he made a joke like, that's off the leash. Wow, that was rough. Rough, get it? Because of the dog. That type of shit. I didn't need to see that at theaters, just believe it or not. I was glad and proud to see it at home in the comfort for me at my house. Overall, I'm not going to rate this film or judge it. If I did give it a rating, it would be a 5 out of 10, but it probably, logically for me, in the level of entertainment, was like a 1. It did not entertain me, but it didn't piss me off. It did nothing but just make me sit there and go, I am watching this. I got like 2 legitimate laughs out of it. There was like a story about like slave cats. I thought that was funny. And there was like I think it was because I noticed Kim Kardashian's voice. That just made me laugh. So those 2 things made me laugh. And Tyler Perry, I forgot he was in it. He was in the opening scene. That made me chuckle just because it was Tyler Perry. But not genuinely a bad film. It's a good film for its audience. This isn't even a film for me. That I can't even look at it as a film. I look at it as a property for anyone between ages like 8 and above. It's like a property that exists that's hitting theaters. If you're between the ages of 2 to 7, it's going to be a fun movie. You're going to have fun. You're going to remember some of the jokes and scenes. You love the animation. You like the characters. You've watched them on TV for your young life. So that's for you. I can't technically rate a film like this because my saying it wouldn't matter. Rotten Tomatoes has an 85. You know why? Because all those reviews were giving it 6 out of 10 saying, you know what? It's tolerable for your parents. It's not good. It's not necessarily bad, but it's a 6 out of 10. It's made for kids. The parents will tolerate it and have an okay time. At least they'll see their kids happy. That's why all the reviews were positive. But logically, if the adult is judging it and like kids were out of the equation, it would get like fucking 3 out of 10s and 4 out of 10s. It's not that good of a movie. So I can't judge it. If I did, I'd say like 5 out of 10, C+ type shit. I don't know what to say about it. So if your kids want to see it, let them watch it. Because it's also on Paramount Plus. You don't have to watch it with them. But if they're dragging you to theaters, go see it. You'll just sit there. You won't be in pain or peril. But at least if you're going to do it, get you some snacks and get a matinee showtime so you don't have to be like paying fucking $40 for your outing for you to have a bad time and for them to have fun. You could easily do a $5 showtime. They'll have just as much fun. So I guess both matinee recommendations. Protege matinee if you really wanted to see that and you're an adult. And Paw Patrol, if your kids are wanting to see it, try and get the matinee showtimes out. Go check it out with your kids. If not, it's on Paramount Plus. And on there, if you have kids, why not show it to them if they're a fan? If they're not a fan of Paw Patrol already, then I guess it won't even matter. But if they are, Paramount Plus. That went on like 9 minutes. I meant to go like 3. But it's just because I'm trying to say, like, Paw Patrol, what am I really going to discuss other than tell you? It was like, I got like 2 or 3 chuckles. There were some voice cameos in it. I sat there, tolerated it, but I didn't really give a shit or hate it or was pissed off. I just kind of was like, And with that being said, it's made for kids. I'm not even going to rank it at the end of the year when I do my giant movie ranking. It won't be on my letterbox. It's just a film I saw strictly made for the ages of 2 to 7. So, Protege, 6 out of 10. Paw Patrol, blah, blah, blah. You got that. Coming up, Candyman, I will be seeing Thursday. For sure, gonna get a review of that. My hope is to see The Night House tomorrow. If I can, you'll get a review of that. I'll probably joint those reviews. I'll probably do, like, The Night House Thursday night, and then I'll probably get my Candyman review out at, like, midnight on Friday after I get out of the theater seeing it. And I'll try and get that through out quick. So, expect The Night House and Candyman reviews coming after this video. Go check out my Spider-Man trailer thoughts, and if I'm concerned about the movie at all, or if I just adore the trailer and I can't wait to see it. Maybe it's both. Yeah, that's pretty much it from what I know. Shang-Chi's in a week. So, Shang-Chi review, that's going to be fun. And, yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
I'd really like to see you again, under different circumstances.
These are the best circumstances you'll ever see me in.